Hi, I'm going to demonstrate how to cut the rubber, the untrimmed red rubber stamps. And so this is the Creepin Crew from the greeting farm. And so this is how it comes. And so you have to cut up the pieces in order to be able to use it. So let's see. So I do have a hot knife, but I found I wasn't doing as well with that. And so I'm using just my Tim Holtz scissors. And they'll cut into the rubber and then through the foam and also through the paper that's on the back. And so you just kind of cut along. And I think I'm going to trim these kind of the way that they trim the other stamps from the greeting farm. So I'm going to try as much as possible to just kind of cut them in a straight, rectangle. And I guess really I should try and get in there and snip that, not pull it off. Okay, so here's one, and this is, oops, the paper I found is kind of the hardest thing to deal with because it likes to come off in weird pieces. So this is Jill. This is Jill. And then the next one is Sasha. So I think I may actually go through and cut them all this way. Okay, and then cut in between these two. And sometimes it's a little hard to maneuver the scissors in between the rubber, or in between the images, because this is so thick. The problem I had with the hot knife is I was running into a problem where if I hit it the wrong way, then the adhesive on one set that I was working on got all over the hot knife, and the hot knife started smoking, and it was not a good situation, and I was trying to get it off, and there's just a lot of smoking and burning, and it wasn't turning out well. And so I decided to quit doing it that way and to use the scissors to do this. So I know excuse me, I know some people like to go in and trim really closely along the image. I don't really find much of an issue with it. Occasionally I might have to clean off the edge before I stamp the image, but I can pretty much do that. That's okay with me. I don't mind doing that. If you cut closer to the image, you'll end up with less of a chance that you'll have extra ink, weird places that you don't want it. But I always check the image before I actually stamp it to make sure that there isn't ink in stray places, or to make sure that I have it inked up well. So there's the third one. So I think I may actually go in this way with him. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's cut this sentiment out. And then I'll cut in this way. I'm going to cut this one kind of close. I'm going to say this one I can cut like that. So we can get this one maybe a little closer around the edges of the sentiment. I'm going to cut off this excess. I'm going to cut this. And once you get going, it kind of, speeds up and doesn't seem to take that long. I think I might actually come along here and cut these out. You do them one at a time. Cut that off so I don't have to fight all the excess rubber. Come along here. And see, the worst thing is dealing with the paper, because see, it comes off in weird places. Maybe some people maybe it would have been easier if I would have just taken the paper off and then cut the rubber and the foam, and then I could have cut the paper down to fit on the back of it. But I didn't, so we'll deal with it this way. Okay, he's just gonna have to have his, he's getting cut out a little differently. Whoops, see, there goes the paper. Alright, let me try, we'll come up this way. And maybe we'll actually round that off to match his hair. And see, I've got a piece of rubber there. Okay. I actually want to trim that up. And you can kind of get a little bit of a, you know, can sort of curve along, not too well, because, you know, you're fighting the rubber and everything in the different layers, but sometimes it'll do it. Okay, now let's cut this sentiment out. Alright, see all the little pieces of paper that are everywhere? Cut this one down. Some of these I may cut down some more later on, but you all get the idea for right now. I think I want to cut this one down. I try as much as possible to get kind of a straight edge on it. If, you know, it's a straight image. I mean, if it was all curvy or parts came down farther than others, and I'd be okay with that, but for something like this, I try as much as possible to get a straight edge on that. And then we're going to cut this sentiment out. So the Tim Holtz scissors seem to work pretty well for doing this. I know that's probably not what they're meant for, but they do a pretty good job, and I know other people like to use these special type of scissors to do this. I don't have those scissors, and you know, I buy a lot of clear stamps also, and so I don't really know that it's worth it right now for me to invest in scissors that are just for cutting the red rubber. Okay, get my next girl. So she's cut out. We'll get this one. See, it gets hard when you are fighting the different layers like that. So let's come back this way. And so see, her edge isn't going to be as straight, but that's okay. Well, I think that's a her. I'm not totally sure. Cut this sentiment. Actually, we'll cut this guy with his little guitar. And we'll cut this sentiment. And now to store these, I'll probably need to go buy some acetate, or try and find some heavy plastic somewhere that I can store these on. Or what I have been doing with the smaller sets is just kind of slipping them all inside the packaging. You know, however they will fit in. So I'm just trimming down around the sentiments. Let's get the bottom here again. Okay. And then he should be good. So, you know, I don't know that I'll really go in and cut around the edges, but I kind of like to leave them like they do the ones like this. Like here's Cheeky Beach, and see how she's just a rectangle, and I just kind of leave them this way. Save me the trouble of, you know, trying to cut around the edges and get it all perfect. And you know, some people like to cut in real close, and that's fine. But okay, so if you haven't seen the set yet, here is the Creepin Crew. if you haven't seen the set yet, here is the Creepin Creeper Crew Collection 1. And so in it you have the sentiments, these different sentiments. You've got out of your league, let's hang, excuse me, no problem, you totally rock, let's jam, you're my kind of cool, we sound awesome together. And then the actual people that you get are, you have, let me try and get this to focus. You get Harlow, and then you get Jack and Jill, and then we have Sasha, Tyler, Noah, and Leslie. And I think my favorites right now are Sasha or Jill. I can't really decide. But this is the crew, and it's from the greeting farm. Sorry, that was really quick. There's the greeting farm. Okay, so go check them out. This was their, I guess, early release that they did on March 1st, and they will come out in April. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.